lean into that.
Was that one of those competitive platitudes?
It was one of those competitive platitudes. Absolutely that was.
Color me shocked. They want to do the best they can, huh? Hard-hitting analysis here in Shanghai, ladies and gents. A pistol for FPX, just one rifle in the hands of Ayang. And it's much like we saw a couple of rounds ago, right? When they were down, when they were in an eco, they fully pushed down mid as a death ball. This time the flavor's a little bit different, but the meal is the same. It's all B.
Yeah, man. They're showing a little bit of willingness to try to go for retakes, try to use that harbor to their advantage. Saw it work in one round in the very late stages of it. Ooh, Wuko, better for that trade against Berlin.
Boy, I thought he was going to hit that shot.
He had it lined up.
I think this is pretty big for Heretics here. You take a look at their economy right now. It's pretty healthy. And if they can get through this while losing as little as possible, I mean, this is only going to make things considerably worse. The one thing, if you think about FPX and you're kind of concerned about their setup right now and the score is, their attack side is a treat to watch. It's so much fun to watch. So I think if there was to be an advantage somewhere, if we had to try to look for one, that's where it would be. As Wood is just eco-farming his way to 4. Potentially 5, the ace on the other side. And a big lead for Heretics. Paper thin, I think it's only getting bigger.
Feels that way. Confidence looks through the roof right now for Heretics in terms of just feeling out the map, understanding where the open space is being given and taking advantage of it. And I mean, this is just Woot never really leaving his perch.
He never had to.
Nope. Never any util or anything like that to try to displace him. Just trying to go for these ego peaks. So this is something that when I was casting FPX versus Gen G, that I noticed a lot with FPX is they're happy to try to ego you. They're happy to just try to take those duels.
I mean, it's that brand,
yes.
right? That's just the style. That's the way they approach the game, and that's what makes it so much fun to watch. It's also such a brutal double-edged sword, right? Because sometimes it works, and then other times you just look lost, right? It looks like you don't really understand the positioning and kind of what you're trying to do. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type thing.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting that some teams can pull that off at a higher clip than others.
More than they should be able to, right? It seems like, how can you keep getting away with this?
Yes, when you're as cracked as those players on stage are, certainly possible. But I'd like to see FPX start dialing into some of those unique combo set plays that you can do with the Harbor and the Yoru to keep your opponent off guard, to keep your opponent off balance. Stuff like that, I think is going to be really important here for FPX. You know, they have so much riding on this game because obviously disappointing finish at Masters Madrid.
Right.
They come back into stage 1, look amazing, beating all the best teams in China, including EDG. Yeah, they fell to them in the finals, but they beat them before that.
Yeah.
And to be able to be that second team behind EDG, to qualify past the group stage, to get into those playoffs would be monumental.
Well, I mean, and to think about how they opened the tournament, right? First win in front of this crowd.
Yes.
Right? This place was electric.
Oh, it's nuts.
And Autumn continues to cause problems on B. He's gotten away with more. Life is joining in on the fun. The spike has not left B main.
Great hold. Like showing a different look here from FPX, contesting at the point of execute to shut down Team Heretics. It's a good call in the timeout here by Nathan. It's something they haven't really shown too much yet. They've only been mostly playing retake, other than the aggressive push out into B main from Autumn.
Oh, Boo is trying to slip the net, and he's done it. Not bad, man.
Unfair.
I don't know what he saw there. Shout out Joey, the GOAT, will inevitably give us a replay of that because that was filth.
Yeah, Boo, man. Absolutely.
Give us a replay.
Turning up big. Him and Rienz find more open space. I have to give Team Heretics, a ton of credit for the way that they're able to, even in these bad starts in these rounds, find the open space, work their way through to get these plants down, and make FPX have to earn these rounds.
Honestly, very reminiscent of how FPX approached the attack side.
Yes.
But Heretics with a 3-run lead and an opportunity to devastate the opposition even more.
You have the dimensional drift.
For them to win this round would be insane. You're right. Life popping his ult, and that will help.
Here.
Any info found is an advantage gained. Who has to TP away? He's gotten into the smoke. The flash is there. Life will fall. They've gotten it down to 2. Again, this would be devastating. Can Berlin win out this 1v1? Rian's on the other side. He's tucking tail. He's running away. He's going to use the Cove to get the defuse again, but the ult used He's got it to have. He's got to dance around it. Manages to do so. Where's the second shot? The time will run out. And the spike will go off. Chaos again.
It's unbelievable awareness here from Boo. Here's the dimensional drift. Has a good read on about the time that life is going to be crossing his path, and use that opportunity to set himself. You have got to be kidding me. He sees a pixel. That is a pixel out of place. He sees Fade's hair. Takes him down. Absolutely disgusting. But Boo wins this round here in the end. He uses that smoke, TPs into it around the exact time that they're going to be coming at him around the corner. Completely throws off FPX. And what in the world's going on?
Oh dear. I'm starting to get worried about this. This is getting out of hand very quickly. Eco frags, yes, but this is now the third time, and all the rifle rounds are going the way of Heretics as well. You think about that 2v3 that we just saw. That hurts, man.
It hurts. The Rien's, able to get that Hunter's Fury and puts him, he knows the time clicking down there, knows that he can put himself in a position where he can use Hunter's Fury 100% safe. It's just brilliant from him and Boo in that previous round, but this round, all down to the guns. Suppose you have a showstopper if you feel like it, but I don't expect that to be invested.
No. I think the tough thing about this, and this is where I would love to get your thoughts, is, I mean, they've already called a timeout, so they've already had a conversation around what adjustments need to be made. Obviously, they haven't really been fruitful. Do you call another timeout and then just kind of go hands off the wheel for the rest of the map? Do you risk it and then make another adjustment and hope that that's enough to salvage this half? Because it's been disaster up until this point.
No doubt. I'm very curious about how Nathan will approach that as the coach. Trying to go at him with the shorty. Yeah. Fatty Tech is going to find the final kill in the round. 3 for him in that anti-eco, but in my opinion, it all depends on how much trust I have in my IGL. And right now, I'd probably wait this out a little bit longer to give Berlin the chance to show that he can find the adjustments himself mid-round here to dial up something. I mean, Berlin has been beautiful on the fly. He's been beautiful creatively this tournament.
Yeah, he has.
But I think in what I've watched from FPX, I think they're going to wait it out maybe, but we could be wrong. Is it going to be another timeout here?
That's a timeout called. That's such a tough situation to be in, too, because, I mean, you probably let that go a little bit more if you're not facing elimination. But the truth is, you can't, I mean, you can't risk it, right? Like, you can't afford to let a window of opportunity like that go. And, again, they're going to be flying without their coach for the rest of the half, or for the rest of the map, excuse me, barring Heretics calling a timeout. This is a brutal position to be in this early in this best of 3.
Make a great point. Make an absolutely great point. I get it. I'd probably do the same, to be honest. If I was the coach,
yeah, I think I would as well.
I would definitely want to try to shut this down. I mean, Wood is 15-3 right now.
Yeah, and given how the half is gone, there hasn't really been enough for us to point and look at and go, okay, they've got something going on here, minor adjustments here and there, and they're going to be able to really lean in on this. I think the other thing that's worth noting is you see it on your screens now, there are 4 ults to play around. If there was an opportunity that you cannot let go, this is it.
Exactly. And this is a round where I'm actually fine with them playing retake because your opponent has the showstopper and the null command. Give them that extra space. Set up yourselves for that nightfall, for that reckoning. And I think that's kind of maybe the plan. Life sticks around a little bit. Sets is kind of one of those, it's looking to me like one of those tricky plays, but he's just sticking around.
Yeah, there's nowhere for him to go. He's stuck. He's caught. He's lit up. And he's dead. There was no exit strategy for him there.
Curious.
Now spotting another as Woot's got 3 more just on this round. FPX really feel like they squander another opportunity. But the round is far from, well, never mind. No, it's done.
Goodbye to you.
It's done, and this half is likely done as well.
It's tough. What it looked like to me there with where the gate crash was in the back of the generator, that he was supposed to be out of that site a little bit sooner, but got caught up on utility or something. I'm not exactly sure.
And then dive back in the chaos.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah,
exactly.
You're right. I agree.
But he just never gets the opportunity. The pace is too good. The confidence is too high right now for Team Heretics, especially with Woot absolutely destroying 18-3. He's on pace to probably set the ACS record for a map in an international event. I would guess he's pretty close, if not, there already. that helps.
This guy is unreal. 19 kills in 9 rounds, and potentially more to be found.
It's bananas.
This is also a concerning time for teams because this is often where you see players force the matter. You know, this is where you start to see some of these swings that are ill-advised, that you kind of feel the need to go out and make a play, kind of turn things in your favor as best as you can. We'll see if that's the case for FPX. They have found no success, really, on either side of the game. Life with an opener onto Woot. They're finally getting the best of him. They've invested the Nightfall as well. All three of them, well, 3 of them are going to be tagged. The only one who's not is Benji Fishy, who's playing a little bit further off, waiting for any flank that might come through. His life falls, still attempting to get through main to try to stop this. Somehow the spam onto the spike, trying to conceal the defuse, still gets a kill they need. And now Lysor with no time, no teammates, no armor, very little health, is able to drop 2 with them, but that's another round going the way of Heretics.
And he dies for that too. That's almost not worth with the economy that FPX is sitting on. I mean, yeah, it's nice to get those extra kills. Maybe that's a feel-good moment for you, but I mean, Woot's just too clean. I mean, Autumn, last time he challenged that position, did very well. This time Woot's ready for it, just takes him down. Life with a tap of the spike here to bait out the util. I like that, but his gate crash got clean by Team Heretics. That was going into the back corner of B main. They heard it, they took it down.
It was the night. I mean, the Fatal should have concealed everything, right? They couldn't have heard it with the exception of Benji
very
Fishy.
true. You got a good point there.
He was the only one who wasn't tagged by it, and that must have been the cue for them to spam onto the spike.
Excellent point, Doug. They just read it like a book. They knew what FPX wanted to do. Here goes Life again. Done.
And he goes straight into the next. This has been a slaughter. An absolute slaughter. And this feels like one of those forced situations. I mean, they do have 3 rifles to play around, though. They've invested the Reckoning, too.
He doesn't know.
Ion position given away, head taken off.
Oh, my God.
Wu just made that look like mechanic. He looked robotic. Yeah. That did not look human.
They're feeling it. It's insane. That was absolutely nuts from him.
This feels like the Heretics that we saw in their first match.
Yes.
Of the tournament. And I think the devastating question that has to be answered in the shroud of silence that's facing the question is, how do you stop this? How do you slow this down? Because I think you pose that question to FPX right now, you're going to be met with crickets.
Yep.
They have no answers.
None. And on this map on attacker side, that's to put up a showing like this. And think about this, Doug. After this, we find out the order of how the teams are going to be able to pick their opponents, right? I'm watching this game, and maybe you're thinking this is one of the teams you're looking at. Not right now. Yeah. Not right now.
How about we knock them down the list?
Yeah.
1 or 2 spots.
How about Gen G?
All of a sudden, texture doesn't sound so bad.
This Woot guy's kind of good.
22-4. I believe the greatest KD difference and ACS record was set by 10s.
Yes, plus 25.
Yeah, something stupid like that. Yeah.
I remember.
And I wonder, I mean, we may be flirting with history here. And unfortunately, that's not the history FPX was looking to make.
Well, that's a record I didn't think would be broken.
And then Woot happened.
Yes.
FPX fully investing into trying to hold B main. Woot once again with a height advantage. A rocket in between Berlin's eyes.
Unbelievable. And they have the neural theft too. I mean, all the information in the world to work with. They see some space over on A. Woot being very patient with it, knowing that he's not exactly sure what's around that corner. One way comes down again, so you have to take your time and use the owl drone to make sure that you're safe to move a little bit forward. The paranoia, but really doesn't catch anybody on Team Heretics, just the owl drone itself, so it's free reign for them. Let's see what FPX can do.
I wonder if they choose to hit here because they have to understand that FPX is rotated. I mean, they haven't tried concealing their approach. They haven't tried concealing this attempt. But it doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter. They're fully transparent in their intentions, and they're still finding success.
Every time FPX wants to do something, peek, use util, it's shut right down. There's no answers that FPX has been able to find that haven't been read and accounted for by Team Heretics.
Team
A 10-1 half the way of Heretics. And yes, they're map pick, and yeah, you know, all that nonsense. But even going up against your opposition's map pick, as you mentioned earlier in the cast, this is a good map for them. It was a good map for them this tournament.
Yep.
And they look like they've never played it before.
No, you're absolutely right. This is a good map. Also at the group stage, during stage 1, for FPX as well. I think they were like 67% on this map, like 2-1. It is shocking, to be honest. I did not expect FPX to come out like this. They're usually hot off the start. Against Gen G, they were rocking and rolling on Lotus.
Paranoia is super early. There's a little bit of a swing there up from Ayang. He tried catching the timing, but Patatek was ahead of it.
They're pressing, Doug. Okay, here comes the dimensional drift. An opportunity here. Is he just going to go for this? No. Okay. Just got the info.
Yeah, he just gets info, and then they can kind of control where he is. I'm surprised they didn't really understand where Berlin was. He gets his 2, but so does Boo. They've got to shut the door on this round. An 11-1 lead going into halftime would be devastating. Life has gotten so close, but again, it's a 1-for-1, and those numbers don't add up.
See, Autumn's not going to get a chance now to use his neural theft either.
No.
He's going to have to rely on his own shooting. There's no dead bodies on the other side of the map for him to pop that ult and try to get a little bit of extra info. It's just going to have to be on his trap wires that are still here.
And they've both just been hit. The knife tagged him. So they're able to cross on past the second one. He's got to know that there's a timing. The Woot will fall, and so will Patatek. The Red Bull clutch to close the half for FPX.
Oh boy. Well, we'll see. I mean, can FPX channel another miracle like they did against Foot on Icebox? Are they going to be able to find that unbelievable comeback? That's the real question. I mean, Autumn's been great for them, especially in clutch moments in this event. It's nice to see him step up here. I guess, frankly, the 2 rounds they won were
him.
Yeah.
And the 3K at the beginning of the round in B main, and then that 1v2 at the end. Gets them to 2 rounds, an 8-round lead between the two. We're going to take a listen to an Omen Player Moments with Benji Fishy, who's currently sitting on an 8-round lead. Take a listen.
Hello guys, I am Benji Fishy and I am a Valorant player for Team Heretics. You know, it's a hard loss. I think after the first map that we won, we felt pretty confident. I think they played really well on the second map, on Vines, and on Split, you know, we had some, it's probably one of the most annoying maps, and how many like swing rounds that were important, like that we just lost. We kind of lost to ourselves on that map, so you can't be too upset about a loss, especially when you're not out of the tournament yet. So we're just gonna, you know, regain our momentum.
Patience back over, and then they went back C and cleared the trip. Or the cam, excuse me, but Leaf will fall anyway. The paranoia in his face, and he connects with 2. It's another slaughter.
I think the person that kind of, you know, grounds us and keeps us, you know, focused is probably Boo. He's a very calm IGL, and whenever there's these like crazy rounds, whatever, like we lose an unlucky moment or something like that, like he's kind of there just to chill us down a little bit. I just want to thank all the fans that are supporting us, you know, especially during hard losses like this one against G2. We really appreciate it. You know, when you have these hard losses, it's kind of the fans that can help you get through it. So yeah, big thank you to all the Heretics fans over here in China. You know, I think we gained a little bit of a fan base here, so I appreciate you guys a lot.
That loss feels like a distant memory. Bro, that seems like something that's so far in the rearview mirror, it's been entirely forgotten. It's all vibes, all steam ahead for Heretics, and I mean, a lot of it maybe doesn't necessarily reflect in the kill feed or in the scoreboard, but the vibes come from this cat right here.
I mean, I've so enjoyed watching Benji Fish this year. The way that he is perpetually positive. He's just always bigging up his team. His mechanics are out of this world. It never seems like he lets go of the gas pedal, and that's something that has been a big part of their success so far this year, is all of those in-game and out-of-game things that he brings are just truly astounding, and something that any Valorant team would love to have. So absolutely, Team Heretics doing a great job getting him onto this roster and finding a great pickup for their team. Gatecrash going to be set up behind A main. They try to work their way forward. Going to use that fake out, but not really much to do with it except back off for Team Heretics with this high tide here again, you're just not exactly sure now. Is FPX going to commit to this or not? Are they going to try to challenge you on the other side of it or not?
Oh, and I think that's the thing. The first time we saw FPX play this map, they did such a good job of feeling out the map, finding out where utility was, and then hitting the opposite side. They did such a good job of manipulating rotations like a puppet master to find open space and then capitalize on it. So the thing about this approach that I'm seeing here is there's nothing set up to take space elsewhere.
Correct.
Like, they made plenty of noise A, but there was nothing B main. There was nothing already up on market. Now they're poised to do a little bit more of that with a little bit of presence B, but the spike is down. It's going to be a life to pick us up. If he falls too, this could be disaster, but manages to stay alive, manages to drop Rians. Now, FPX still have an opportunity to close this thing out. 1-for-1. Benji Fishy getting the best of Ayang. Autumn. That got messy. That was ugly. But still, 10 seconds left. He's not going to make it in time.
He can't. It's actually not possible. Just need to survive. I mean, that works too.
Yeah, I don't know that he would have had time to plan it anyway, but this is unfortunately also the problem with this approach on the attack side, is if you burn that midnight oil a little bit too much, if that candle gets a little bit too low, the wick extinguishes.
Yeah.
And you don't have time to really do anything, and that's part of what FPX ran into there.
And it's concerning, Doug, because as great as FPX has been this event, the first two matches, they were superb. They were phenomenal. I was enthralled with this team. I predicted them to win today, and I believed in that.
Likewise.
That isn't like a hometown advantage or anything like that.
No, likewise, yeah.
I was bought in, but the brightest flames sometimes burn the quickest, and that may be what we're seeing here today.
That's definitely been the case on Sunset. We'll see if the rest of the series has anything else to say. No force on the side of the attack. A heavy lean B. Life has already gotten out towards site and is tagged for it. The small price he had to pay was a 70 HP. Ooh! Little 1-for-1 there. And a little bit of info gathered. They're making this expensive, if nothing else. Autumn's caught, though. He's really got nowhere to go. And the bigger issue with that is that now Ayang is by himself.
The gun.
That Guardian's so hard to steady shots when it's that close. But he'll nail it. And now it's on Autumn to try to rotate back B and pick up the pieces.
Just the Sheriff to work with. No guns until he probably clears at least 2 for him to pick up. Unless they give that space open, but see Woot watching it very closely. It gets clipped in the leg, but now that's info given over, and now Heretics can just
30 seconds left.
Smoke him out and wait him out.
I know, Autumn's laughing. He understands.
He knows.
Yeah, his situation, his life has been decided. It's been accounted for.
Oh, does he know someone got behind him? Nope.
That's just such a miserable position to be in.
It is.
So Heretics will get to map point. Yes, they're map pick, but a complete slaughter of FPX from top to bottom.
Well, and this is more dominant than what they showed against DRG.
Yep.
That's crazy to think about.
The team that many people considered unfortunately, the worst team here at the tournament.
Sure. Absolutely. And DRG, to their credit, played out of their minds yesterday on Ascent especially.
They did.
Very impressed with their ability to bounce back and, you know, kind of what could be a situation that some teams might just kind of roll over a bit, but here for FPX, it's just not their day so far. And I mean, at this point, 10 in a row seems unthinkable. That seems like a 1 in a billion.
A fairy tale.
Cover going out.
No, they're just going to try to spread the map this time. Try to get through. That's just the fake out. Getting the info on where Benji Fishy's util is. But Woot is confident, aggressive, going for some more kills.
If I was 25-6, I'd be confident too. 25-7 now.
Gonna use their util. I mean, this is looking more like what you like to see from FPX, where they're using these smokes to take space, to get information, using their util to clean out the opponent's util. But it's come so late, Doug.
Yeah. They dug themselves so deep a hole at the beginning of this map. The first half goes so horribly sideways.
And then you lose the pistol.
Right, and it's over. It's wraps.
Too suppressed.
But for the culture, this would be the most ridiculous comeback of all time.
30
It would.
seconds left.
This would be the most ridiculous.
Just to be clear. Just to be clear. Berlin falls a 4v4 for the rest of the round. Potentially the closing moments of Sunset.
Time. They got to make the hit, and they got to make it now.
They've got Autumn in a really nice spot, though, to strike, and that's exactly what he does. So they're going to get the space they need to get the spike down and play at least one more round. And that they do. FPX up to 3.
For what it's worth, that's a fantastic round.
It was, yeah.
It's all the things that you want out of this team, out of this composition. Baiting util, clearing space with smokes, working the sites, expecting the lurks, cleaning those out, getting some deep pushes, finding flank angles. It's hard to draw up a round better than they just played that one. But it's such a long road ahead. And even after this map, going into map 2, another map that both teams are very, very good at. And, you know, they were just barely able to beat Gen G in overtime on Lotus. Heretics looked great against G2. So this is worrying, to say the least.
Conventional wisdom would suggest that we're likely going to play another round, given the bye for Heretics and how underwhelming it is, just a Guardian in the hand of Rians. But as we've seen a number of times in this tournament already, these are often the rounds that close maps.
Yes, these players are nuts. Individually, the mechanics have shined today, shined throughout this event. So they can pop off with those sheriffs and just end your round in a heartbeat when you're least expecting it. So a lot of space being given up in mid, but again, this is pretty par for the course so far for Team Heretics on their defender side. They're happy to try to catch you on the way into these sites. And I think eventually, FPX is probably gonna not like what they see. They're gonna use the dimensional drift to try to clear. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. Find Benji Fishy, you find the trap wire, you're finding Riens, getting a lot of info, you're getting a lot of space. Should be able to get this plant down, I suspect.
Across the middle of the map, too. They're so far inserted here. Paranoia, but no one there on the challenge. Autumn holding over the shoulders. The second Paranoia goes out. Woot goes aggressive. The satchel in his face, not able to steady the shots of the Sheriff. Pad attack on the swing, and Benji Fishy tries to punish with the classic. And it's a 1v1. But Ion saves the day just when it looked like it was going to be disaster again. The 1v1 goes the way of the home crowd.
I mean, it's a beautiful Paranoia to set up this market push. It's just the gun advantage is so firmly in the control of FPX here. The Red Bull clutch going their way. I mean, Patty Tech. Nasty, nasty shots. Weakened life there off the back of Benji Fishy's classic. Gives him that third. Stepping out, Ion, very ready for it. And look, here's something you can say. Let's say they string together 3 or 4 more rounds here as FPX. That's a lot of confidence going into the next map.
Sure, if nothing else.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a tough way for that to go, too, on the replay. You can see a Pad attack. His flash didn't clear the corner. He had flashed himself, and there wasn't really anything on the other side, so just a tough way for that to go, but still 8 rounds to go. Still 8 rounds to play around.
Here's that same high tide. Boo does clear some of that utility, but he's going to try to maybe challenge that a little bit, see if he can get a pick. A lot of time bought for the rotations to come through for the rest of Team Heretics. They're going to try to contain FPX if they can, but with that blast pack noise being made, FPX doesn't like it anymore. And they're going to spread the map.
No, they did draw out the Paranoia from Boo, though.
That's huge.
We'll buy a little bit more time.
Not ready yet.
Meanwhile, Lysor using his towards market. Benji Fishy again with a lot of pressure. This is more what we expected.
Yes.
All of the noise they just made market intended to manipulate rotations for them to go back B and then them strike A. And they find a little bit of space, but Woot is still around. Finally falling, but not without getting his damage, not without getting his 2 kills. Now Reckoning intended to push Heretics back by a little bit of time. Now the ferocious attempt at a retake is afoot. Benji Fishy has his ult. No real target to use it on Berlin on the spam. He pays for it with his life as he falls. Ion and Lysor are the only 2 remaining to try to keep this map alive. The spam through the smoke, not connecting, but he's doing his best. He's doing his damnedest. Both members weak, but still so much to do. Can Ion close it out on his own? Can he stay alive to get all 3? Oh, the clip runs dry. What a sad way for that to end. But still, what a dominant map win for Heretics.
Just
Agriculture Commissioner Salazar said changing weather patterns were blamed for livestock. Encourage ranchers and breeders to attend this weekend seminar on Beulah Avenue in Pueblo. And if you're out late tonight, you may see some low-flying helicopters near Silverthorne and Leadville. Seems the Arabado Park Services will be spraying for infestation of box elder bugs.
And die. Aduh. Oh iya. Oh. Salah. Oh. Aduh. Ada. Oke. Bentar. Nah. Aduh. Malor. Serem juga anjing. Enggak. Ini lama bener 3 menit. Ya, ini berapa lama? Lama banget. What the fuck? Lama banget. Oke, lanjut. Buka reading paper. Apa anjing? Petis anjing. Ibu kemana ya? Ya Allah. Pulang kali. Bodoh amat. Halo udah. Anjay. Serem anjing. Serem anjing. Aduh. Kenapa itu? Ah, anjing lah. Mbak. Mbak. Pada mampus. Patient claims to be progress to self-directed lucid dream states. Mbak. Udahan kali ya. Udahan kali ya. Anjing. Mbak. Itu kunci. What the fuck? Pepsi man. The fuck? Oh, di sini. Turun nggak ya? Oh, salah ya. Anjing. Serem banget nih. Sumpah. Kayak gue tahu deh ini. Ada kan kamu kan? Hilang kalian.
They killed us. You got out. The variants. You can't fight them. You have to hide. You can unlock the main doors.
Anjing. 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 sini? Anjing. Sini. Halo, halo.
Little pig.
Wah ini bro. Just kill me already bro. What the fuck? Ya udah ya.
And who are you then? I see. Merciful God, you have sent me an apostle. Guard your life, son. You have a calling.
Oh, copet. Au. Dengan baterai apa anjing? Security room mana? Sumpah loncat aja anjing. Oh, besi. Wah itu sumpah anjing lah. Sini anjing. Halo. Ngumpet ya? Kalau gitu buka aja ya. Nah. YOLO. YOLO. Bodoh amat anjing. Okay. Fuck. Hah? Okay.
Why should we have to pay for it? Why do we have to die? Walker will kill us just for being sick. We're some people. We didn't choose this.
Anjing lah. Duh. Tapi bukannya tutup ya? Oh nggak ada emang. Oke. Gue bisa kemana anjing? Apa sih? Gue suruh ngapain sih? Access the security monitors. Hah? Baterai nggak ada baterai. Cilu. Ba. 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 Anjing lah. Wah. 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 Ini rame oi. Wih. Chill. Chill, bro. Chill. Paling normal anjing. Wah. Nah, jalan buntu berarti habisnya cutscene. Bodo amat. Ini jalan cat anjing. Ini bukan gue dikejar ya? Oh enggak ya? Blackberry, oh Blackberry, bam bam, oh Blackberry. Blackberry child, bam bam, dan tinggal wah, bam bam, bam bam, goblok. What the fuck? Oh, Blackberry. Si dongo reload anjing. Hah? Jangan level mana? Oh. Buka anjing. Oh Blackberry, bam bam, oh Blackberry, bam bam, Blackberry the child, bam bam, to them tingle wild, bam bam, potato, papa, bam bam, to them tingle wild, bam bam. Gede banget anjing. Ah. Duh. 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 Hihihi. Digagan ini. Oh, udah. Tadi yang nyala-nyala ini. Baterai anjing, baterai mana baterai anjing. Oh, Blackberry, bam bam. Oh, Blackberry, bam bam. Blackberry hancang, bam bam. Dem tinggal wal. Basement di mana ya? Halo. Oh, oke. Oh, Blackberry, bam bam. Oh, Blackberry, Blackberry hancang, bam bam. Dem tinggal wal, bam bam. Cepat kemana? Bam bam. Dem tinggal wal, bam bam. I wasn't ready for this. Oh, Blackberry, bam bam. Oh, Blackberry, Blackberry hancang. Aku pengen lihat dari sini deh kalau mati-mati boleh. Basement. Hello, it's me. Hello, it's me. Mbak, mbak, mbak.
Who's there?
Bawaan anjing. Benci banget gue ini game. Aku adalah bayangan. Hehe. Hehe. Oh. Oh. Wih. Si koncol. Dong. Halo. Jangan dong. Nah. Hai. Kan gue mau sono. Monyong sekarang. Blik pedi pemblem, blik pedi pemblem, blik pedi ada cangkul pemblem, pemblem tinggal wang pemblem, wang coklat pemblem, pemblem pemblem. Up deh pemblem, up deh pemblem, up ih. Tuh orang ngebalik lagi anjing. Hehehe. Masuk anjing. Hehehe. 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 Battery, bam. Udah amat anjing. Bentar terus gue. Oh, Black Betty, bam, Black Betty. Ngumpet pongo. Mampus saya. Betul. Haha. La. Oh, Black Betty jam, bam. Kamu tidak menemukan aku. Aku adalah bayangan. Shadow is me, I am shadow. Aha. Mana? Itu dia. chill. Aha. 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 Gila, so smart bro. What the fuck? Tiga, dua. Apa tadi gua? Monyong, monyong. Halo. Easy, chill. Gak serem nih. Gak serem. Batuk. Hitungan lagi segini kali ya. Nah, nah. Oke. Mana sih? Ketemu anjing. Hai. Oh ini nggak ada ini. Banyak. Haha. Lagi lu, monyong. Nah. Anjay. Apa kok aku dikejar anjing? Oh. Anjay. Udahlah, anjing. Udahlah. Masih yang bagong nih anjing. Pasti nih yang bagong. Yang bagong keluar nih anjing. Oh enggak. Ah kan bener. Ah.
I'm sorry, my son. I didn't want to have to do this to you. But you can't leave. Not yet. There is so much yet for you to witness. Will you see it? Can you? Our Lord, the Wall Rider, tearing his truth into the
Anjing.
unbelievers. The only way out of this place
the
is the
fuck?
truth. Accept the gospel, and all doors will open before you.
Ya cukup sampai sini anjing. Oh Black Betty. Oh, so bright. Remember that not only to oh. Rest in peace. Hello. Haha. Bro, stop, what the fuck? Hi. Hello. Sakit sambat.
Who's this? Maybe Father Martin's man. Maybe. He looks
What the fuck now?
nervous.
I would like to kill him.
As would I.
The preacher asked us not to.
It would be impolite.
Not here.
We give him a running start.
There's an idea.
And when we kill him slow.
Such patience.
I want his tongue. And liver.
They are yours.
Haha.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Haha. Tilu. Baru jam sekarang. Haha. Sama si anjing. Se. Haha.
They're in my blood and they want to get out. You. Voices. They pulled me back. No more sleep. Don't trust them.
Haha.
They'll tell you it's science. It's not. They were waiting for us.
Anjing ini dikulitin apa gimana ya?
Billy understood. They've always no more space alone. Leave me alone. They're in my blood and they want to get out. You.
Haha. I agree. Dia ngumpet deh. Wah. Haha. Haha. Lagi. Haha. Dah cukup lah. Sini aja lah anjing. Gila gua. Apa itu? God always provides a way. Follow the blood. Haha. Haha. Haha.
No more space alone.
Dah cukup lah.
Blood and they want to get out.
Nggak bisa. Dah. Pusing gua. Udah. Anjing lah. Taruh save lah. Dah, thank you so much. Goodbye.